shall start from the beginning.
I got you on video now.
Okay.
We have here again my dear cousin Ion, as we know already, and we have Effie
Maria.
and Maria. Now you're gonna ask me who is Effie and who's Maria, and I'll tell you. Now Effie is
I am the granddaughter of Ambika,
who is
who is
our grandmother's sister.
yes, your Anastasia's sister.
Anastasia is my grandmother,
Yes,
and you are the daughter,
the granddaughter of Ambika.
the granddaughter of Sambika.
Right.
Sambika had a daughter.
Yes.
Which is-
Many. She had 5 or 6 kids.
Yeah, and
One of them was Cleopatra.
your mother is Cleopatra, which is the daughter of Sambika,
Right.
and you are Effie, the daughter of Sambika, which is the daughter
Granddaughter.
of my grandmother's sister's
Right.
Of Cleopatra.
Cleopatra.
And also the other child of Ambika was Sebasti, and the other surviving child.
Again, the other
was
child of
Emmanuel.
Sambika was Sebasti, which would be
The
your
Paraskeva, my aunt.
your
She
aunt.
was my aunt.
Okay, right.
And I live in Canada. I live in Montreal.
You do now.
Yes.
And the other daughter, which is your aunt,
Yes, Sebasti.
is the mother of Paraskevas.
The mother
Yes.
of Paraskevas.
Yes, and they've all passed away. My whole family has passed away, except
Right,
me. I'm
right.
the youngest
Right.
and surviving child of Cleopatra.
Right.
The Sebasti has no surviving children, but she has surviving grandchildren as well.
Sebasti, who is again, I get mixed up. Sorry.
Yeah, Sebasti is the Paraskevas.
Mother.
Yes, she's also passed, and all her kids have passed.
Paraskevas has no brothers.
No, there's many. Sebasti produced a child a year.
Yeah, all right.
You have a photo.
I got the photo.
With the 9 children.
Yeah, but Paraskevas has brothers and sisters, of course.
He might, but I never knew them. They're probably here in Soroni,
No,
Paraskevas, no?
Paraskevas had other family here in Soroni. But the children of Paraskevas is the wife of Sebasti.
Okay,
Paraskevas,
yeah.
Philippos Paraskevas was
He
the
was-
husband of Sebasti.
Right.
He was from Soron. He was oculist.
Oh, yes, I remember you telling
He
me.
was an
Egypt.
ophthalmologist.
How does he remember all this?
Me,
It's
because
incredible.
Incredible, that's right, yeah.
I was living between them and I remember.
I don't know how you remember all this.
Lipon.
I'm Manolis. I just want to put Manolis down. Now, in your side of the family,
Yeah.
so we have Avierinos. This is the Avierinos side, right?
Yeah,
Ambika
yeah.
and Anastasia.
Avierinos, that's my grandmother.
Right, so now tell me about your, so then I've given you the first level, which is,
Yeah, right.
so your dad or your mom.
Yeah.
So can you give me the children of
No.
Anastasia now?
Anastasia had my father and mom, which
Okay, his name?
is
Christina, Evterpi, Terpsithea, and Gabriel.
my father.
His father.
Efterpi,
Christina in Proti. Christina in Enali.
Efterpi,
Evterpi, Terpsithea,
Terpsithea,
Thea, και Gabriel.
Gabriel.
So Gabriel was my father's first name. I thought it was his surname.
I see, and I always heard about Gabriel. I heard so much about Gabriel, yeah.
Ο Γαβρίλης που ήταν στη Σούμπρα, εκεί έπαιζαν μαζί με
Gabriel, I thought it was my father's surname, but it wasn't. It was my father's Christian name, isn't it?
Christian name and family name.
And yeah.
Because in old time they use the name of the grandfather to be the family name.
Yeah.
So they say
Mine too.
Gabriel of Jonas.
Yeah, but they confused the issue by making it two Gabriel.
Yes. And I have, in my family tree, my dad's side of the family,
Yeah.
I have Thomades. And many Thomades. Thomas of Thomas,
Thomas.
your you.
Thomas.
Yeah.
And your you is of George. So if, in my father's side, there's a George somewhere who started it all.
Right.
With his DNA. And then it became a your you side. You see? The
Okay.
people of George.
Do you know what? I'm glad I'm tapping all this. I'm glad I'm tapping.
I have as little information about this.
I'm glad I'm tapping because in 20 minutes I'll forget everything.
That's why it's the fourth time I'm writing this down. Okay, so.
I don't know how he remembers all these things. I don't know how he does it.
I know. But Gabriel had how many children? You, George?
My sisters first.
Eleni first.
Eleni.
Eleni, then my brother.
Yanni, John, Jonas, and John.
John.
John Jonas, he had two names.
Jonas.
And Gabriel.
And Gabriel.
No, George.
And George.
George,
Yeah.
that is Eleni. John Jonas is the same person.
And George.
And George.
And George.
That's me.
That there's only three of you.
I'm the baby.
You're
My mother had
also the baby.
my mother had another child, I believe. Didn't she?
Yeah.
In
I
between
don't
you and
remember.
John.
My mother had another child between me and my brother, but she lost it.
I don't remember.
Died at birth or?
I don't know. At birth, yeah, I believe so.
Okay. Was it named, the child?
No.
Okay, so we won't put it on the tree.
Μπέρθ,
At
η
birth.
γυναίκα του Γαβρίλου
ναι.
ήταν η Μπέρθα, ήταν Γαλλίδα νοσοκόμα.
Ah, Bertha.
Μπέρθα.
That's my mother.
French nurse.
So my mother had three children, my sister, my brother, and myself.
And you're all living?
My sister passed away 2 years ago.
Okay.
How long ago?
How old is your father?
Was when he passed away.
Right.
He
Sorry.
was born in 1904.
Oh my God, he's the same age as my mother,
Ναι,
who was born in 1902.
ναι, μας λέω είναι εκείνης της
Okay.
γενιάς.
It's that generation, you see?
It's the
Right,
same
right.
generation.
But then you're,
So my father is related to you, isn't he?
yes, first cousins.
He's your first cousin.
Yeah. We are first, sure.
I got such a big family I never knew
Your
existed.
mother was first cousin, you are
Second
we are
cousin.
second cousin. Yeah.
If it wasn't for Ion, none of this would have been happening today.
Isn't that nice?
Yes.
None of this would have been
It's
happening.
nice.
Θυμάται όλα.
It's nice that and it's nice to see him now, because I've seen him throughout the years,
Yeah.
periodically, like
Yeah.
because I've come to Rhodos, I'm very, very, very attached to the island.
Yeah.
But it's nice to see him now at this age.
Yes.
You know?
The problem is the only one's not a problem. Well, it is a problem, and it is a big regret. My sister's not here, because all of this would have been so important to her. Because I don't think she knew. I don't even think she knew that my father had three sisters. As far as we know, as far as we were told, as far as she believed, my father only had two sisters.
Your sister,
She didn't know.
probably she knew because we were all together in Cairo.
But she didn't know that she had three sisters.
We were together with Nicholas and Christo and Eleni and my brother and sister and me. We used to play every Saturday to our garden there in the...
So why my sister always thought only had two sisters, my father, for some reason?
No.
And I want to go back to the
Christina.
Australian connection. My sister would tell me, we have cousins in Australia.
Which...
And she's passed. My sister has passed.
You have cousins in Australia?
That you guys.
Us, I see, of course.
Us.
So she used to tell me, we have cousins in Australia.
So did-
I remember that.
Didn't you know that?
She knew that.
But you
because
didn't
she was
know.
the eldest. I was the child, baby. My sister was 22 when I was born.
Okay, you're right.
So yeah, big difference in ages. And she knew some of these people from Egypt, from Cairo, from Alexandria, because she lived a large part of her life there before we moved to Canada, to Montreal.
I'd see.
But she would say, we have cousins in Australia. And I would hear this as a child. Yeah, and I also have cousins from my father's side as well. but not in Australia. They're in Brazil.
I got relations in Brazil too on my mother's side. I got my aunties, my cousins, all in Brazil.
Interesting, yeah. People moved to.
In Brazil, yes, from on my mother's
That's
side.
my
And
dad's side.
friends as well.
Okay, so Christina is. Η μαμά σου ποια ήταν?
Η Ευτέρ,
Ευτέρ.
η δεύτερη, και η Τερψιδέα και ο Γαβριήλ. 4.
Τελευταίος ήταν ο Γαβριήλ.
Ναι. This is where the family starts.
That's a photo you gave me already. I got that
Yeah,
one.
did you take a picture of it?
Yeah, I got the photo already.
Okay.
Λοιπόν,
He made me a copy already. Yeah.
in this photo, I will tell anything. In this photo,
Yeah.
Which I brought from my uncle Manolis,
Yeah.
who
But
was sister
you
to
can see-
brother to Sebasti.
You can see, you have a copy of this.
Yes, you gave it to me already.
Listen, in this photo is Ambika,
My grandmother.
Papa Sava's husband,
Which
My
is the husband.
grandfather.
Yeah.
first daughter Sebasti standing between them. You see? Standing.
Sebasti is the Paraskeva wife.
Τι όμορφη που είναι.
But
Philip
Sebasti
Paraskevas.
standing between father and mother.
They had
First
Dr.
daughter.
Savas, the son.
And then the brother Grigoris,
Grigoris,
Ignatios,
Ignatius.
Manolis.
Manolis.
Cleopatra was not born yet.
My mother wasn't born yet.
Her mother in this photo don't exist because she was not yet born.
And maybe my grandmother was pregnant because she looks big there.
Anyhow, probably
Well,
is
you never know.
after this photo.
Yeah.
But
And who is this lady that we don't understand? We don't
is
know.
the sister of Papa Savas.
Ah.
They used to take some relatives with them
With,
in Egypt to
yes.
help and to have at home and maybe try to get married and
Okay.
make families.
Okay.
Probably she was alone, so
Yeah,
Papa
she looks
Savas,
like him. Like
yes,
him. a
Papa
little bit.
Savas had his sister together to
Very
help
long.
Okay, you don't
It's a
know. We
year.
don't know her name,
Yeah.
right? We don't know her name. Sister.
So do you want to write then the
name
continuation?
was Katerina because you used to
Oh,
call
right, Katerina.
you used to call her Aunt Katerina, Tia
Tia
Katerina.
Katerina.
Η δική σας θεία Κατερίνα.
Όχι, όχι.
Όχι, όχι.
Α,
όχι. Από εδώ.
Okay, so you see from my pictures I'm learning as well.
Yeah. So, this is your mother and father.
This is Cleopatra
Ah, that's your mother and father.
and my father who was a teacher and
Yeah,
eventually
okay,
became
boy,
a priest in Egypt.
I think you gave me that photo. I'm not sure.
No, you didn't got of.
Okay, I will get it on video.
But at this point they're newly married. So he was a teacher in Egypt.
In Egypt.
Yes. It's probably their engagement or wedding photo.
Yeah,
But,
probably.
μετά έγινε παπάς.
Ναι, ναι, πολύ μετά.
Μετά έγινε.
So that's your mother and father on that photo.
Yes.
Okay.
Ο Παπαθωμάς.
And
You
they call
remember all
him.
that?
Βιβλιοθήκη.
Έτσι τον έλεγαμε στο
Yeah.
Παθωμά.
Yeah. Τον λέγαμε πάλι.
This is a photo
Which
of,
you gave me a copy, I
a
think.
school in Rhodos town in 1902. 1902.
Το 2.
They were
More than 100
children.
years ago.
They celebrate 1st of May and they went in a park named Rovini in town in Rhodos.
That's a good
And-
part to visit.
And between the school children is the two sons of Papa Savas, Grigoris and Ignatius.
Oh, I didn't know.
That's why they got this photo.
The two sons of Papa Savas, who is my grandmother's sister's husband.
Exactly.
Exactly. And they got this photo
The priest.
from the school because their children were together with the group.
Papa Savas is the priest, isn't he? The
Yes,
priest.
Papa
That's-
Savas was the priest,
Yeah.
and my father became a priest. So I have priests on both sides of my family.
Yeah.
Right?
of the.
Okay, so
of the
where
mother.
where is they're here, eh? This is here, Grigoris and Ignatius.
Έχουν σημάδι.
Ναι.
Αυτοί.
Okay, Grigoris.
Ο Γρηγόρης ο ένας και ο Γνάτιος ο άλλος.
Grigoris.
Το γράφει από πίσω.
Το λέει.
Τα αδέρφια του δύο Μανώλη δηλαδή ήταν
Ναι,
αυτά.
τα πιο μεγάλα. Ναι. Αλλά πεθάνανε νέοι.
Oh, thank you.
Grigoris and Ignatius, got it. Ναι.
And Maria is again.
Maria is
The
is
woman Nicholas.
the wife
The
of
wife of my brother.
Okay, right.
Nicholas.
Yep.
Εδώ
This
είναι
is Tambika.
It's
That's ambika. I got a
That's
photo
my
of that too.
grandmother.
Yes.
η Τσαμπίκα
She's your grandmother too.
and Παπασάβας.
And that's my grandfather.
So Anastasia would be what to you?
My great
No. Anastasia would be.
Sister of
Yeah,
her
great aunt.
grandmother.
No, she said
no.
Sambika is a grandmother.
Sister of Anastasia is the sister of
Your
her
great aunt.
grandmother.
Okay, hang on. Grandmother,
Thank you.
great aunt.
Grand aunt, yeah.
And
Dad,
that is my
Oh, wow.
father and mother of their wedding.
Yeah.
My mother was 17 when she married. They married through a postcard. They never met each other.
Really?
And they married in Egypt. I think they may have married here.
Πόσο
but-
χρόνο, μικρά παιδιά.
17, yeah.
They met in where?
They met, they didn't meet. They met by postcard. My father was told there was an available girl in Egypt who was from Rhodos. And they married there, I believe. They never came back here. And
In Cairo.
Alexandria. They actually traveled throughout Egypt in small villages, like Kafre Zayat.
Now, these are who again?
This is my mother and father.
That's the wedding. The other one was not the wedding.
No, it was an engagement or something.
Okay, so they met through the postcard.
Yes.
I didn't think they had internet back in those days.
Well, I think the postcard was a picture of my.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but I'm just saying.
It's a picture.
It's funny, back in those days, they even get married with.
I can add a few words on this.
Yes, please.
Beautiful.
Her father
Yeah.
didn't met with the wife before they married.
No, there's a picture. That's it.
They were, they decided to get married by letters, by correspondence and photos.
Right.
But probably they married in Cairo because the priest, the grandmother Sambika, he was to make all the contact and the proposal.
All the arrangements.
Her mother lived together with the family of Sebasti because they're sisters.
Yeah.
Before she was married, she didn't have a own home. She lived
With the
at
family.
her father. Her father was the priest.
Yeah.
So your mother was in
Yeah.
Cairo
Yeah.
with the priest.
Okay, so that.
And they were
I
married
think.
in Cairo.
No.
And then from Cairo, they went to.
The small villages. I think.
No, yes, it was.
Kafre Zayat, and there was another
Kafre Zayat.
Zifta.
Minya.
Minya.
Hafra Zayat, Minya, Zitoun.
Zaytun, it was our part. It was only a therapy to be to Zaytun.
Okay,
The rest were in Shubra.
that's where we come from.
Yeah, you see, because the teacher, my dad, was working at the Greek schools in those villages, and they would travel around. And that's
Okay.
where they ended up. And what was your
And
grandfather doing?
this is the
He was a
more
dentist.
new.
Yeah, that's the one you showed me as well. Yeah.
Οικογένεια
This is the Paraskevas family.
του Φιλιππή,
To
της
Philip-
Σεβαστής.
to Sebasti. This is
Sebastis.
Sebasti's family.
That's right. Yeah.
And she was able to produce children every couple
Πόσα
of
παιδιά
years.
έχει καλέ.
She has 10, είτε 10, 11.
So,
Some
so
died.
all those children, and they must have relations.
And it also,
All those children have
some
died.
some died also.
But they must have relations from children to children.
Yes.
But we don't know what they
we've
are.
lost touch. They used to be, you know, my second cousins, we used to play together. But,
Ποιοι ζουνε τώρα ακόμα?
ο Γιάννης ζει της Κέτης.
Της Κέτης ο Γιάννης.
Ναι, ζει στην
Πού?
Ελβετία. Στην Ελβετία.
Στην Ελβετία.
Όχι στην Ελβετία, στο Βέλγιο.
Στο Βέλγιο.
Στο Βέλγιο είναι ο Γιάννης.
And I think του γιατρού του Σάβα,
Η κόρη.
η κόρη.
Ζει. Εγώ είχα μάθει ότι είχαν καεί η
Όχι,
μητέρα.
όχι,
μητέρα.
αλλά η κόρη ζει ακόμα.
Ζει ακόμα.
Και
Πού
του
είναι?
αυτού η κόρη ζει.
Και η κόρη του Αλέκου
του
ζει.
Αλέκου.
Yeah.
Some of their children are still alive, but some have died. Της Μαρίκας τα παιδιά πεθάνανε.
Πεθάνανε όλα,
Και ο Μανώλης και ο Πάκης.
Και ο Πάκης Φιλιππάκης.
But how do we find them is another story. How do we find them?
Oh,
Today.
they're very. They were good buddies. We used to hang out when we were young, you know.
We can still find them
And
if we look hard enough. We can find them.
Their names are not Paraskevas anymore. Some of the girls are married and stuff. So you.
I knew when I said I knew. I saw them. I saw Paraskevas' daughter. I knew of her, but we never sort of spoke to one another. But we
Which
need.
one?
Dr. Paraskevas.
No, which daughter?
Την
Which
κόρη
daughter?
τη Σάβη.
Paraskevas.
Όχι, αυτή του
No,
Αλέκου.
which daughter?
Which daughter?
How many daughters did he have?
Είχε πάρει
Savas.
ένα
Dr.
αεροπλάνο.
Savas. How many daughters
Savas
did he
had
have?
one.
Well, that's the one I'm talking about.
Έμεινε στο Κάιρο πλέον ο Σάββας.
What is that, Babu or something?
Στο Κάιρο.
I don't know when that
Όχι,
was.
ήρθα στην
Α,
Αθήνα.
ήρθανε.
You
Ναι,
spelled Helen.
πήγα στην
Baba-
Αθήνα.
Baba or
Στην
something.
Αθήνα έκανε και η
Was it
γυναίκα.
something else?
Ναι, ναι, ναι. Την Κέτη.
Όχι το Σάββα.
Κέτη και η γυναίκα.
Τον
confused me.
Αλέκο, λέω, τον Αλέκο.
Όχι, ο Αλέκος έχει πεθάνει.
Έμεινε στο Κάιρο και πέθανε.
If you know the area in Cairo, I don't know if you know it or not. Do you know where the cinema Odeon was in Cairo? Cinema Odeon in the
Probably she don't know because they were living in Alexandria.
But I know one of the Paraskavas.
No, όχι,
children.
το Οδεόν
Τούλα.
είναι, ο Οδεόν είναι ένα μεγάλο
Oh, no,
κτίριο
I don't know that.
κινηματογράφος.
No, I wouldn't know that.
So the daughters, I knew that I used to go to a club, a gym, next to Cinema Odeon in the city. And I don't, for some reason, it was on the very top floor, and they said, if you looked across, from the top floor across some buildings, a building across the other side, there was a window, and he said, this is Sava's daughter, and we waved to each other, but we never really had a good look at each other. But I was told she was beautiful.
She was living there.
There is a granddaughter of Sebasti here, living in Tholos. Her name is Tula, and her name is Sebasti, Sebastula.
Now, what relation would she be to me? To you or to me?
She's my second cousin. She would be the same relation as the daughter that you met in the gym. Exactly.
Same relation as Sava's daughter.
It's Ellie's daughter. There was a daughter, Ellie, who had two girls.
She lives in Athens also.
No,
Yeah.
she lives in Athens, but
Tula.
now, right now
Η
she's
Τούλα.
here.
Είναι εδώ η Τούλα.
Ναι, ναι, ναι.
Πες μας να την
Ναι,
δούμε
ναι,
να
ναι,
έρθει.
θα της πω να έρθει. I'll tell her to come and see you.
Okay, that'll be good.
Έχει παντρευτεί ένα Κυπραίο γεωπόνα.
Ναι. and
Ion
he's
knows her?
not well.
Yes, I know her.
And his name is Yason.
Ο Ιάσο, ναι.
Ναι.
Και το πίσω το
Κούμης.
Κούμης, ναι.
Ναι.
Μένει εδώ, παντρεύτηκε και το παιδί της εδώ.
Ναι, και
Εδώ
έχει δύο
παντρεύτηκε-
γόνια εδώ.
εδώ
Παντρεύτηκε
παντρεύτηκε
στο
ο
Παραδείσι,
Ιώσης.
στο
Ο
Παραδείσι.
Ιώσης,
Το παραδείσό του σας.
Και δεν πήρα είδηση πότε
Ναι, ναι,
παντρεύτηκε.
ναι, έχει παντρευτεί και έχει και δύο παιδάκια.
Με την Τούλα είχαμε γνωριστεί όταν πρωτοήρθε και
Ναι.
με τηλεφωνούσε και αυτά. Ύστερα
Έχτισε ένα σπιτάκι κάτω εδώ.
έχει χτίσει και
Ναι.
εδώ.
Στην Θολό.
Μετά εκόψαμε τις σχέσεις, έμεινε και δεν...
Πού πήγανε.
Τα τελευταία
Yeah,
τώρα
yeah.
δεν έχω επαφή.
Αλλά
Αλλά θα ήθελα να
εγώ
την δω.
ήθελα να την καλέσω, είχε περάσει να έρθει και να με δει, αλλά ο άντρας της δεν έφτανε, δεν είναι καλά, είναι
δεν είναι.
μεγαλύτερης ηλικίας.
Ναι, δεν πειράζει, αλλά ήταν πιο μικρός από μένα.
Ναι, πιο μικρός προς εσένα,
Αλλά δεν είναι
την
καλά,
ηλικία του Νίκου.
I'll get
ήταν.
Margaret to translate
Κάτι
this to
είχε,
me.
τώρα θα την πιάσω, θα της πω.
Ναι.
So at the moment, I think they
Εντάξει, αυτά.
selling eggs. I think it's like selling eggs. I don't know what you're talking about.
Ναι, ναι, ναι.
Αυτές είναι οι φωτογραφίες σου.
Ευχαριστώ, ευχαριστώ.
Εγώ-
Okay, I've been going here for 27 minutes. That's half an hour video we got here.
Yes,
So I will pause it now. Is there anything I need to add before I put it?
so we can try the sweets, you want to show them the sweets too?
Okay, all right.
Delicious.
All right, we are
And
now.
I will continue asking questions because I want to go through the other parts of the family tree from Anastasia's side, from Christina Effie, Gabriel.
So
When did you leave?
I don't need to tap this because I'm
In
turning.
Cairo.
When did you leave Cairo?
Ali, he left in
60
mom and dad and him in 67.
67. Okay, I'll put pause there and I'll tell Sophie
Okay.
a bit about where we come from. I don't think I need to type that because I know where I come from.
Πες ότι έκανα μετακόμιση.
Effie. Thank you, Effie, and I got this now to take back with us. Maria and Effie.
Thank
Ion, this video alone is gone for over half an hour. So we got enough here
Με τη μετακόμιση.
to make a movie, Ion.
Yes.
Last time I took half an hour as well.
Θα τις βρω κάποτε, αλλά επειδή είναι η αναστάτωση της μετακόμισης, ό,τι βρήκα μπροστά μου έφερα για να το
She brought some pictures.
Oh, good.